This should never happen. But if you ever question the importance of eliminating frequency conflicts, this video is for you. If you do this right, you will not only get the right balance inside your mix, but also enough headroom to push your song louder. Done wrong will make your sounds wash out or even totally disappear in your mix. The examples I have for you are really easy to follow and apply even if you use different sounds or work in totally different genre. So I have a mix here for which I already enabled the limiter. Considering it's drum and bass, I pushed it really hard, but I think we all can agree there are no significant amounts of distortion caused by conflicting elements. Listen what happens once I mute two of my main elements that help me push to this state. When the kick meets the sub-bass layer I have, everything starts to distort, resulting in very amateur sound. To let you visualize it even more, here's how the low frequency collision looks. Blue is my bass and red is my kick. Everything builds up in this range, and while it may not look that bad at first, as you heard before, the louder I make the mix, the more present it gets. Now let's talk about the simplest yet a little bit of band-aid solution for this problem. Sidechain compression. The bass I used here is pretty short, so I used a fast release time and went with -12 dB of reduction. If I need to be honest, it gave the result I wanted. Plus, it fits the vibe. But just like in all of our videos on this channel, I need to address a couple of things that may fit more to your example. By the way, click the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Unfortunately, sidechain isn't the one-size-fits-all solution. And as a proof, just look at the waveform it created. This dip in the middle is caused by ducking the volume, and if we compare it to the signal without sidechain, clearly you can see and hear more bass. The solution for that is using more advanced ducking, but no one said that needs to be hard to do. First, I will set up Fuser on my sub track, and as a sidechain source, select my kick. Clicking Resolve Conflicts button will get me to the starting point to tweak. I want to be a little bit more precise with this, so let's switch Fuser to Delta mode, which also allows me to hear what sidechain signal does to my bass. The reduction node should be a little bit more narrow, and let's try to mimic my sidechain settings with fast attack and release times. Final thing I like to do is to click this phase fix button, since we are layering very similar sounds. That will ensure no phase cancellation, which leads to stronger signal. If you're worried about moving input knob, I will talk about it in a second. Now check how kick and bass waveform looks now. There is no dip in the middle, plus I can clearly hear the kick is punching through without losing bass. So input knob suggests balance between two elements. It could be both a guide and stylistic choice, so let's follow the suggestion real quick. It changes the signal input, so obviously we need to set nodes accordingly to the new level. Still no significant dips, yet kick is still poking through. Just for a quick measure and comparison, let's hear the difference between Fuser and sidechain in the context. As I said before, sidechain seems to fit the vibe of this track, yet Fuser gave us more present bass. If that's not that big of a difference for you, then listen what happens once I apply generic sidechain to this bass horn. And how it sounds with Fuser on it. With regular sidechain, it loses the punch and disappears when the kick hits, while Fuser allows to save up the impact without messing the kick. So those are really simple and very common examples of frequency collisions that can destroy your mix. Just like I said in the beginning, even if I showed you the kick and bass example here, using both Fuser and sidechain can work for every single element inside your mix, like blending vocals or layering synths. Speaking of layering, did you know that Fuser can also be used to create depth? If not, then check out this video.